Hi there, my name is Brandon Shoemaker. I'm with ForexVPS.net. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to connect to your VPS. So to connect to a VPS, the application you want to run is on the Start menu. You go to All Programs, Accessories, Remote Desktop Connection. Alternatively, you can type in MSTSC for Microsoft Terminal Server Client and press enter. Once the remote desktop connection application is running, you can click the Show Options. There's several tabs. The first general tab, yours will be blank, so you'll want to enter your IP address. In our case, in this video, our IP address is this, and we use a custom port. Be sure you include that. This username field is almost always administrator. On the display tab, usually you want the slider to be all the way to the right, and for the color depth, you can leave it at its default of 32-bit. On the Local Resources tab, I usually uncheck printers, then I'll hit this More button, and I'll uncheck everything but my main C drive. Now this setting here will map your local C drive to the VPS, and it enables you to do things like copy files from your local PC to the VPS and vice versa. On this Programs tab, you don't have to do anything, and on this Experience tab, you can leave it at the default. I like to choose WAN because it shows the wallpaper on the VPS. If you have a slower connection, you could choose the satellite or the low-speed broadband. And on the Advanced tab, you don't have to do anything. Once you have your settings entered, primarily your username and your correct IP address, you can do Save As, click on the desktop, and you can name it something like My VPS. Once you have the shortcut over here, you can close this window, and then you can just double click on the shortcut. You can tell it to not ask here, click Connect, and then enter your password. You can say Don't Ask Me Again, click Yes, and you will have connected to your VPS. Now, once you've connected to your VPS, you'll notice this blue bar up here. Right here on the right, you have a Minimize button. You have a Restore button here, which will window the remote session, and you have a Close or Disconnect button here. You also have a Pin button here, which will make that bar disappear. If you move your mouse back up there, it'll reappear and you can repin it. Now, this Minimize button will minimize the remote session. You'll notice that it just dropped down here to the taskbar. You can click it again to bring it back into the foreground. You can click this Restore or Window button here, and it will window the session. If you double click up here at this bar, it will maximize it again. And you can hit this X, which will disconnect the remote session. Now, before I do that, let me point out something that's important to understand. When you're running programs like trading programs, MetaTrader, etc., you do not want to log off from a VPS. That will close all the running programs. You want to just hit the X here and disconnect. So let's do this. You hit the X, and a little reminder pops up and says programs on the remote computer will continue to run after you've disconnected. You can reconnect to the remote session later. So for example, let's say we're running our trading program, Notepad, for example. If you hit the X and disconnect and then reconnect, your program should be running still. It's that easy. Alright, that's it. Thank you for your time in watching this video, and thanks for choosing ForexVPS.